I'm going to show you how to make my Midnight Magic pudding and pie filling. And I've already set up some of the stuff already because I'm only going to show you the filling. I was going to make the pie, but I had a little boo-boo with the crust. So you're just getting the filling today. If you want to see the whole recipe though, you're welcome to look in the cookbook when it's published and try it out for yourself. But you'll learn enough here to do at least the filling. So as you see in the saucepan, I've already started putting things in. And what I have in there is a 1/2 cup brown sugar. Now when you measure the brown sugar, you want to pack it in the measuring cup and then put it in. And then there's a 1/4 cup white sugar, just your table sugar that you put in coffee or whatever. There's a 1/2 cup heavy cream. That's the whipping cream you buy in the refrigerator, close to the milk and sour cream and all that. There's 3 cups whole milk, which I have not put in here yet, but I'm going to in just a second. There's a 1/4 cup butter. That's this right here. And 2 teaspoons vanilla. There's also 2 tablespoons of coffee liqueur. You can use Kahlua or this brand. This brand's pretty good. Anyway, that's what's in there now. And I'm starting to heat it because I want to get this sugar kind of dissolved and mixed in before I start adding too many things. So while that's doing that, I want to explain to you the coffee part, not the liqueur. This is just the coffee part. This is a 1/2 cup hot coffee where I added 3 tablespoons espresso powder in to make a very, very strong coffee. Do not drink this. Ugh. But that's what's going to give this filling a real zing. And the cocoa we add is really going to set it on top. You will love this pie filling. And you can maybe use it with ice cream. I'm not sure because I just made this pudding recipe and I have not tried it in many ways. Okay, as you see, this is starting to dissolve. Let's put that milk in. Ugh. Didn't I always tell you I make a mess? Well, I don't want to disappoint. Alright, so there we go. This looks like a lot, but if you're filling a dish pie, you're going to need a lot. And once this starts to gel up too, I think it seems to reduce a bit that way. But leftovers are not going to be a problem. I can guarantee that. Now I want that butter to melt and that to mix in. Now often people cook this part and then temper their egg yolks and all that. I don't like doing that. I find that is just extra wasted time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and add my coffee. And I'm going to add the egg yolks. Now I beat them up a little bit because they mix in a little better if you beat them. For some of my recipes I don't do that, but for this one you want to do that. And now, even though I'm mixing it with a wooden spoon, I will have to change to a whisk. It's very important that you keep this moving. Now I'm going to turn up the heat a little bit. And I'm going to go get the whisk. I'm not going to bore you with having to watch the whole process, but it's real important at this point that you get the basics down before it starts cooking really well. So as you can see, the whisk is whisking that around. Right now it doesn't look like much, does it? Okay, so as this warms, I'm going to add the dry ingredients. Because if I wait till it gets hot, I'm afraid when it shocks it to go in, it'll make clumps. So I want to do this right now. And let me tell you what these are. First I'm going to get them in there and get them going. Alright, have to consult my notes because I don't want to make a mistake like I often do. This is 1/4 cup cornstarch, 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1 tablespoon black cocoa, and I'll explain that in just a second, and 1/4 cup of the regular cocoa, or Dutch process is better, but sometimes you can't get it, so just the regular baking chocolate powder in a can. Okay, the black cocoa. It's a lot like your regular cocoa, only very dark. and sometimes you have to order it online. I never could see it in the store, but if you live in a larger city, you may be able to find it. I had to order it online. So anyway, if you don't have it, it's not the end of the world if you don't use it. Just add more of the regular cocoa. Alright, since I got everything in there and it needs to cook, I'm going to shut the video down and wait until it's a little closer to done, and then I'll bring you back and you can see how it looks when it's finishing up. Talk to you in a bit. Alright, as you can see how smooth and creamy that pudding is. And the best part about it is when it cools, it'll get a little thicker than this even. You don't want to get it too thick while it's hot, because then when it cools, it'll be cement. Anyhow, this is what I'm going to call done. Now, depending on what you're going to do with it, whether you let it cool completely or let it cool to lukewarm, I'm going to suggest for pie filling, you let it cool at least until it's pretty close to room temperature. Otherwise, your crust will be soggy. For pudding, no, you can spoon it into the bowls a little sooner than that. However, you might not want to serve it hot, but some people actually like their pudding still warm. It all depends on your people you're serving. So anyways, I'm going to stop this and I'll show you what it looks like served up. Alright, there's our pudding. It's in a bowl. It's still very hot. It's cooling. Now, as pudding cools, it can form a skin on top. That is perfectly normal. And some people like to put plastic down on top to kind of stop that from happening. I don't like putting plastic on anything. So, I prefer to let the skin be on there and either remove it or eat it, whichever. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the recipe. I hope you give it a try, and I'll talk to you later.